Okay, so this is going to be a little video just covering some of these spiral roundabouts here in Lincoln, near Damons, Whisby Roundabout. Just showing how to enter the roundabouts and what lanes to use on approach to them. So just starting out in a nearby car park, so what was formerly Frankie and Benny's. I'm just going to have a drive around. I'll do any commentary driving as well for anything that I encounter along the way. So I'm expecting cars coming my way now, so I'm taking it steady. Obviously looking all the way down the road now. Parked cars all along the right here, so these are all potential issues to deal with. So if a car comes suddenly my way, it's going to be on my side of the road. So I'm always expecting to deal with those things. So at the end of the road I'm going to turn right, so I'm going to check centre, right mirror, right signal on, get that position nice and early, smooth braking approach. Quite close to my right here, so I'm expecting I may have to stop. I'm looking right to left at least twice and I can go. Good. Nice. So roundabout turn right, third exit, so centre right mirror, right signal on, and I'm planning to stop but looking to go. Got a van on my left, he's a blocker, that means I can keep going behind this grey van. So as I follow the roundabout right here towards exit 2, so checking my mirrors before exit 2, left signal on, I can cut over this slip road here to make my entrance onto the new road nice and easy. Got a car, a van close behind, so I'm mindful of him, and at the roundabout I'm going to turn right, third exit. I'm going to use the middle lane here, so I'm not going to signal too early because I don't want to mislead anybody in the right lane thinking I want to swap lanes. So I'm going to leave it a really late signal, planning to stop looking to go on approach. I'm going to pop the signal on now, just before stopping, and I'm now looking for a safe gap to go. So I'm going to go quickly in front of this Mercedes. I can go safely, I don't have to make him brake, so I'm happy with that. Keeping in the left lane here, following all the way around to exit 3, so it's exit 2, centre left mirror, left signal, checking my left mirror now, keeping nicely in my lane, centre and a right mirror, good. So I've got a slow van in my lane, so I'm going to quickly move into the right lane in front of him, so I've got more acceleration than he's got, just so I can get myself into the right lane. I'm going to stay in the right lane now, because I'm actually accelerating quicker than the van behind, so I'm not holding him up. I want to protect my position so I can turn right, third exit, the next roundabout. So centre, right mirror, nice and early, signal on in good time, and I'm going to get that speed down, get my brake lights on in good time, so the van knows behind that I want to slow down to prepare to potentially stop or go if it's safe. So looking ahead and right on approach, get my scan in. There's a big DPD lorry on my right, he's a big locker, so I'm going to go very shortly after this Mini, good, and around I go. Again, keeping in my lane, being mindful of other road users could pull out on me. I'm keeping around 20 miles an hour, keeping in my lane, centre, left mirror, nice and early. Not going to signal left yet. Signal left now, so I can't mislead. Good, and I'm getting a left mirror in nice and early, make sure no one's on my inside before I exit. Checking that centre mirror, big van still behind me. He's not trying to overtake, so I know it's safe to speed up, and up to 40 I go. So that's just a couple of the spirals here at Lincoln. So I'm going to do that loop again, keep some commentary going as I do it, just so you can see what I'm looking for, what I'm thinking as I'm driving. Traffic lights are on green, it is a crossing, no one's waiting to cross, so no one's pushed the button, very unlikely it's going to change. That being said, somebody could have pushed the button and obviously walked away, but there's nobody anywhere near it, so there's unlikelihood of that happening. Checking centre mirror on approach here, what if this white car pulls out on me now? So I'm always thinking about these things, something could happen, something might suddenly make me brake. Got a learner in front of me, so he might be going slow, might be doing the speed limit. I'm slowly getting on him, but he's slowing down now to turn anyway, so, but I'm not going to slow down because I'm going to anticipate that he's going to be one out of my way before I get to him. So I've maintained 40, I didn't even brake the slightest there. Keeping an eye on the centre mirror regularly so I know what's going on behind me, anybody new crept up behind me, anyone trying to overtake. Also got a junction ahead on the left, I can see cars emerging nice and early, so I'm checking centre mirror again. Making sure that if I do have to stop, I'm not going to cause an accident. Good. He's slowing down, I'm happy he's going to wait. I'm going to bring my speed gently down now because I've got stationary traffic in front of me. They're all queuing for the traffic lights ahead. So again, I'm planning my drive well ahead and in good time, so that my braking's always planned in good time. So I'm always giving good notice to road users around me that they know what I'm doing, and my braking's well planned so that it's not sudden or dangerous. So stopping approximately tyres on tarmac behind the car in front, giving me good clearance should I need to move around him. So if this green car breaks down suddenly, I know that I've got plenty of space to safely manoeuvre around it, should I need to, without the need to go into reverse. Whilst I'm in stationary traffic, keeping an eye on my door mirrors every so often, just in case a cyclist comes on the inside or a motorbike on the outside. So I'm being prepared for these things, and I'm just keeping good awareness around me, so I know what's going on. I'm just going to creep forward with traffic now. So keeping a nice slow pace. I don't want to suddenly speed up and then have to brake hard again, so I'm just keeping it really slow. Trying not to gain on that car, trying to keep a nice little gap. Use my brake very slightly here, just to manage my speed a little bit. He's obviously going to keep clear of that junction, so I know he's stopping. He is stopping. He's actually rolling really slow. I just see the gesture the car driver made in front. He actually just waved the cars out. Obviously not advised to wave anybody out. The best thing to do is just to wait. Just wait and look at them. That avoids any misleading signal for anybody else. So obviously car's now waiting. There is a keep clear in front of this green car ahead, so I know exactly why he's waiting. I can see that. And obviously I'm going to be mindful that if that car does eventually creep forward, if the traffic ahead doesn't move very far, I also don't want to block this junction and be in the keep clear. So I'm always keeping my mind working. I'm looking for things that might affect me and my drive. Still checking door mirrors regularly every so often, keeping an eye on what's coming around me on the inside or outside. So this guy might go, I'm just going to creep here so I don't mislead him. Good. So he knows I'm not letting him go. I wasn't planning to. You could let him go, but I wasn't planning to because I want to make progress. I want to get on my drive. But obviously traffic's moving in front, so there's no benefit. If traffic would have been stationary though, by all means I would have let the guy go. Could have been a lady. I wasn't paying attention to what gender the driver was, but I'm generalising. So I want to get in the right lane here to turn right of the light. So checking centre, right mirror, pop a nice right signal on nice and early, gently moving to the right turn lane. I'm in no rush. Good, safely around the parked cars. Filter light's been on a while though, could change on me. Yep, there you go. So I'm always thinking about what my next problem is to deal with. Because I expected that light changing, it was no big deal or surprise to me when it came to having to slow down for it. Now stops at the white line, mustn't go over it whilst the light's red. Obviously can't go over it while it's red and amber either, must wait for the green light. So we see traffic's quite busy. We can see road users here actually on the left. You see what they're doing, they're not really anticipating very well, so they're actually blocking the box junction. Obviously the better way for them to deal with that would have been to wait behind the solid white line for a gap to appear the far side of the box junction, and as soon as they saw that clear gap, then obviously they can proceed forward to enter into the clear space. Obviously it makes it difficult for road users on the right here if they want to turn right at these lights like they're doing now. You can see they're having to actually block the junction. This is where it doesn't work very well, because if the road users don't, play by the rules, it makes it difficult for any other road users to make progress. By the way, we can't hear a signal here at the moment because I'm in a right turn lane. Don't need to signal in a right turn lane. I might do if it could benefit, but everybody behind me is obviously turning right with me as well, so I'm pretty certain they know where I'm going. So filter lights on, creeping forward, traffic's stationary ahead, so I know it's safe to keep proceeding, and around I go. Not going too fast around here, want to make sure I get around the bend safely. Centre mirror before I speed up, and increasing my speed. It's a 40 limit on here, there's no point getting to 40 though, we've got roundabout ahead. I'm going to turn right, which is second exit, so centre and right mirror. Right signal on, there's no one on my right at these entrances, so I'm not misleading. Positioning to the right, my approach, bring that speed down as I look ahead and right. He's going left, I'm not going to stop, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to use the red bit a little bit. Centre left, left signal, left mirror before I exit, centre mirror into that new road. Nice and clear, so I want to speed up. I know no one's overtaking, no one waiting to cross, so no harm in me doing 40s. Nice and safe too. Got a really clear road ahead of me now. I can see a white car waiting to emerge on the right, so I spotted that really early. What if he pulls out on me? There's nobody behind me, so if I needed to brake, I can. He's still there, he's still waiting, so I'm keeping an eye on him. He's creeping forward a little bit, but he's waiting to see me, so I'm happy that I don't need to alter my speed. And he's just pulled out behind me. So now I know he's behind me. He's not accelerated very quick, so I've still got lots of space behind me. And I've got a roundabout ahead. I can see the sign really early for the roundabout, the layout, the direction signs. So now I'm looking out for road markings, so I know which lane I need. From local knowledge, I know it's the right lane here to go ahead, left lane to turn left, so it's a head or right in the right lane. Going ahead, so I don't need to signal yet. obviously using my MSPSL routines on approach. He's going left, so onto the roundabout I go. Centre left mirror nice and early, left signal goes on around now. Slip road's nice and clear, onto the new road I go. Checking centre right mirror, no one's coming around me. Really clear around me in a minute. I could signal early at the minute because it can't mislead because no one's there, but just a good habit, so I'm going to leave it later. Already checked my centre right mirror. I'm going to do a really late right signal again. I'm going to go round Whisby Roundabout, which we approach in the middle lane. Can use the right lane if you like. Right, at the minute, just going to demonstrate the left lane. BMW's going, blocker there with a Land Rover, around I go as well. Keeping an eye on cars all around me, centre left mirrors, nice and clear there. Left signal goes on now so it can't mislead. Left mirror before I exit. Checking that centre and right mirror. So I'm going to get my toe down now. Keeping an eye on the BMW in front. I don't want to get too close to him too quickly. He's not going very quick, so do you know what? I'm going to overtake. Signal goes on, I've checked it's safe. Building my speed to 70, got a nice clear route ahead. Not hanging about. Traffic slowing in the left lane. I want to turn right anyway, so keeping the right lane. Centre right mirror nice and early. Right signal on, giving plenty of notice to road users. My brake lights are on. Bringing that speed down, I've got lots of time to stop. There's no sudden braking, it's really smooth. There's nothing dangerous about it. And that's the key. Looking ahead and right. Planning to stop, looking to go. I can't go yet. There's the pizza car coming into the roundabout. Pizza sign on. Really clear after this quarter. I'm going to go for it. Keeping that right lane. Traffic slowing here, so obviously a bit of congestion. He's cut into my lane there, so being mindful of him. Doesn't know what he's doing. Centre left mirror nice and early. Left signal goes on, can't mislead that. Well, he's coming a bit quick though. Well, the key thing is I didn't do anything dangerous. I always knew what I was able to do by keeping good observation around me. So lights changed ahead, so I've already checked centre mirror. I'm already gently braking this far away. I'm planning here that I won't have to stop. I'm going to slow down early, keep it rolling. Hopefully those lights will change. There you go, centre mirror, speed up. So I was able to be fuel efficient there. I've actually saved some fuel and saved some on my brake pads if you like. Keep an eye on this guy, centre mirror. Any one of these could pull out in front of me. They're all waiting for me, I'm happy with that. Black car, the other side of the white one was also stopping. But back to the lights, I managed to keep momentum by anticipating early that the lights would obviously hopefully change by the time I got to them. Again, people are emerging from the road on the right here. Lots of brake lights ahead, so I'm checking my mirror nice and early. Just gently braking nice and early as well. There's no point rushing into a queue of traffic and braking really late and harsh. So I'm just really smooth braking nice and early. I'm in no rush. Speed's coming down 25, 24, 23. I'm in no rush, got loads of time. Bring that speed down really smoothly. Brake lights are on. Car behind is really far behind, but he's got lots of notice. I'm stopping. Little crossing here. Obviously it's an unmarked crossing. Keep it clear anyway. Don't want to anticipate. Good, so I know I can fit across it now. Mini in front went a little bit too far left there. Could be distracted. So tyres on tarmac as I stop. And I'm in stationary traffic again. So now I want to make sure I'm checking those mirrors left and right. Not going to sit here constantly checking the door mirrors, but just a little quick glance every so often. That's good enough. Car behind me is a good distance away. He's obviously stationary anyway. So I've got plenty of space should the Mini in front break down. I can safely manoeuvre around it without any problems. So obviously whilst we're in stationary traffic, obviously optional, you can, if you're going to be a while, you can put the handbrake on into neutral, chill out if you want. So you sit with the foot on the brake, no problem. Obviously with the foot on the brake, just bear in mind your brake lights are constantly on. Just like in front, the Mini's got his brake lights on in front. Night time, that can be quite dazzling for other road users. You saw there when she came off the brake lights went off, and you saw the difference in the side lights as to how bright the brake lights are. So I'm going to take the next left, so because I'm slow, I'm going to do centre left mirror. Got lots of time because my speed's slow. Left signal on, checking my left mirror, make sure nobody's going to come on me inside before I turn into this new road. Nobody there. Wait for the curb to peel, follow it round. Keep my speed on my turn. Centre into my new road. I'll spot the 30 sign. And up to 30 I go. Also make sure I maintain a nice central road position in my lane. And whilst I'm driving down the road, just looking for any hazards. Nobody's coming behind me. Regular mirror checks. No one's coming out behind me to overtake or around me. Again, just make sure I maintain my speed as well. Regular chances at my speedo. Nobody went to emerge at the junction on the right, so that's nice and clear. No obstacles there or hazards. I'm now looking round the bend. I'm looking to make sure there's no hazards there. I'm looking as far as I can see. And when we talk about that, that's your limit point. Runner on the left on the pavement, but not really a problem for me at the minute. He's nice on the pavement, not affecting me. Guy went to turn right, but make sure he's not going to cut in front of me. He's slowing down nicely. I can see his speed reducing, so he's low risk to me. See warning sign on the left here saying skid risk for 1.5 miles. Junction on the left, centre mirror. No one's close behind me. No one's waiting to emerge. Risk is low. And now I'm looking as far as I can see, right up to those speed limit signs on the lights, that light to tell you how fast you're going. And I'm looking even further now. I can see the zebra crossing really far ahead, flashing away. So I already know now that down the road there's a zebra crossing to deal with. So whilst keeping my regular scans about my speedo and my centre mirror and what's going on around me, I'm looking, is there anybody approaching that zebra crossing? Anybody getting close to it? Nobody's close at the minute. There's a lady that's just coming to view. Actually, she's getting close. She looks like she's, I just passed it, it's fine. Sometimes it can look a bit deceiving like that. It can look like someone's close to it and it's not. But there's no harm in being over prepared, but there is more harm in being under prepared. So I'd rather be that way in mind, think that someone's getting close, and then actually when they come to view, now they're not close. Because that means I've been prepared to stop there just in case. But I never actually had to alter my speed because she was nowhere near it. Same again with this one, looked in good time, make sure no one's near it to cross. I'm looking well down the road all the time. There's another zebra crossing coming up, there's a geezer on the left on the pavement, black top on, but he's miles away. Again, no one's close behind, so should I have to suddenly stop, we've got lots of time. Speed still good at 30, still good road positioning. Not really moving that gas once that gas is set. I'm sitting nicely at 30. Not really any need to. No one's waiting to emerge here. Nice and clear. Obviously already there's stationary traffic at the end of the road. Got the brake lights on. Keeping regular checks on what's going on with the black car behind me. He's been following me for a while now, but he's behaving. He's got a nice following distance, so he's low risk for me. Got the learner coming towards me on the right. You might have to move out a little bit by that red car. Found out here on the left. He's stopping for me. It's nice. So I might just move over a little bit, just give the learner a bit more space. And we'll obviously gently braking. Good time, so that I'm not having to suddenly stop towards this queue of traffic. Bring that speed down nice and smoothly. Keep rolling to tyres on tarmac. Then allow the vehicle to come to a really smooth stationary position. Again, I'm stationary in traffic, so expecting cyclists, motorbikes to come around me, and I'm keeping myself busy all the time, constantly looking for any issues to deal with. There's a red van here trying to emerge from the right. If nobody lets him go and the lights go green, I might be nice and let him go. If I want to do that, I'm just going to set off really slowly, just to allow a gap to create between me and this red Audi in front of me. By doing that, you'll get the message that I'm creating a gap for him to go. I'm not going to wave at him, I'm not going to flash him. I'm just going to go really slow if no one else lets him go, and that will allow him to turn right and emerge into this road. Somebody might let him go though, so obviously if they do, then obviously I'll continue as normal, picking up speed for the situation. Not spade, don't know what spade is. Again, checking mirrors, door mirrors every so often, and I'm just keeping my scan going, what's going on around me, whilst I'm of course looking ahead, make sure I don't miss any. You probably notice in front, you might just see the brake lights of the blue van in front. He's got a really high brake light, so I can't see the traffic light, but I've got a good idea that if his brake light goes off, that means the lights have gone green, so I can expect that I might be able to move soon. So that's something we can use to help us as well. Look for brake lights. If they suddenly go off, don't start moving forward until you see the cars move, but you can use that as intuition that the traffic lights have changed and that traffic's about to start moving. Again, keeping up those checks. No one's coming on the outside or inside of me, so I'm happy that if I did move off, I know I'm not going to put anyone into danger. We can see the road sign on the left there, nice and early. It's saying single file traffic, and it's telling you that the left lane is narrowing. So the road's narrowing from the left towards the right lane. So already that we know that when we go forward, we're going to have to turn to the right a little bit. when we do go through the lights, I'm going to be turning right. So there's no point me signalling yet, because if I did put a signal on now, they might think I want to turn into this road where this van is. So I'll probably do it just, you know, a couple of corners before I turn, depending on what's going on around me. I'm always assessing the situation and trying to work out the best moment to signal. It's not always going to be the same on every junction. There's always different things, different factors that affect our mirrors and obviously our signal timing. Usually mirror checks are done nice and early anyway, but signal timing, as we know, we can do that late sometimes to avoid misleading. So obviously brake lights went off, we're all moving, somebody else has let the van go, so I'm not worrying. I'm not going to let the Merc go though, because I've already started picking up my speed now. So checking centre right mirror again, got my right signal on, and I'm signalling to turn right, not to move around this light, because that's not necessary, but I want to let people know where I'm going, so they all know if I'm going left or right here. So we're under traffic light control, so I don't need to stop here, I need to keep going. If I stop here, the car behind me is not going to expect I'm going to stop, so he could rear end me if he's not paying attention. So obviously checking mirrors now before I move over to the left. Good, and once I'm positioned nice into the new road, centre mirror again, perhaps I can pick up speed. I can pick up a little bit. The bus is a little bit on our side of the road though, so just want to be cautious of that. Check my right mirror again now before I move back to normal road position. And again, I'm probably not going to do 40 down here. It's a 40 limit, but I've got all these queuing cars on the right side, so I'm expecting that somebody could be trying to cross the road here. They might just step out in front of one of these cars. So now that it's clear of these cars, I'm going to pick up my speed a little bit. Actually, I've checked my centre mirror before I did. So you can see the 30 limit signs now, left and right. Centre mirror nice and early. Just easing off the gas slightly. Finishing off with a little bit of brake, just to bring me down to 30. Nice. So green lights ahead, it's just a crossing. Nobody's near it. So I'm assuming nobody's pushed the button. So guy here's just checked his left shoulder on that bike. That tells me he wants to cross. Just push the button. But obviously I'm too quick anyway at that point, and they won't change that quick. They do change quickly, but you know, it's not literally instant. Good, so obviously that white car there, as I was talking about the cycle, I didn't really get the opportunity to explain about that car. He obviously pulled out on me. He did make me brake, so it's not necessarily right that he did that. So when he pulled out on me, I had to slow down more than I should have done, which obviously would be a serious fault in a driving test, depending on the severity and how it was done. So yeah, he made me release my speed. I had to drop by about 5 miles an hour, and I just gently came off the gas. But because I've got regular mirror checks going on anyway, I already knew it was safe to slow. And that's the key thing. When these mirror checks get in good, they get in good habits, and they become second nature. You're already looking around what's going on. See, keep clears here, so I'm going to go just past the light, but gently brake until I can go past the keep clear ahead. I definitely can now, so I'm going to proceed forward. See, park bus on the left, he's got his left signal on, so I'm going to check my right mirror. I'm just going to position up to the centre line here for the whole back position. I'm anticipating that I might be able to go around the bus, so keep checking centre right mirror. I want to get a good look around that bus before I commit to go around. Good, there we go. Good. I'm not hanging about getting in though, because I didn't want to make that silver car brake. Definitely favour the crossing. So when we get to the traffic lights, we're going to turn left. Again, keeping a nice position. Now he's creeped forward, so I'm just going to creep forward a smidge more. Not going to signal yet. Checked him on mirrors nice and early though. Got to wait for the cars to move. I'm assuming what's going on here, a lot of cars want to go ahead, which is why we're not moving with the filter light. Good, so away we go. Centre left mirror, left signal goes on, cyclist is waiting. He's looking the other way though, so I'm cautious of him. These cars waiting to turn right, left mirror before I commit. Keeping my speed constant. Centre mirror, it's safe to increase my speed. Okay, so I'm at 40 now. Got good visual of what's going on ahead. Nice clear view of the road. Traffic lights well in the distance. They're green. There is some pedestrians on the pavement near the crossing. The car behind me is a good distance again. He's behaving himself, so he's got a good following distance. So he's not much of a risk to me. It's not a risk, of course, but he's less of a risk because he's left me plenty of time to brake should I need to. Again, looking what's going on far down the road, looking really round the bend as far as I can see. There's a white van just joined in front of us. He might be going really slow. If he does, he might slow us down. So again, I'm checking the mirrors. I'm checking in anticipation that it might happen. Looks like he's built his speed, so not really affected us, which is fine. Scanning over the grass now, starting to look where my road markings are. See my road markings creeping near, and I want to be in the left lane, so I'm going ahead. So I want to keep nice and tidy here, so I filter nice into the left lane. Smooth braking on approach. Same again, going to be checking for cyclists on the inside, motorbikes on the outside. Not a lot of room here between the cars in these lanes, so I'd like to hope a motorcyclist wouldn't filter. Cyclists might though, and they might not necessarily do it on the left, they might come on your right. So although we usually expect them to be on the left, it might not happen that way. So I have just changed, so I'm not expecting they're going to change on me that quickly. But never say never. So building my speed nicely with traffic. It's a 40 limit, but there's lots of cars around. Here we go, centre mirror. So I'm going to create the gap now because he's just got in front of me. Not severely, but obviously I've got to create that 2-second gap again. No one's waiting to cross. Well, there is actually. Oh, that was cool. That was hidden there. So it just goes to show how easy it is to miss things sometimes, and how well people can blend in. They was wearing black clothing, they blended in nicely with those black posts. Naturally though, speed's quite good, so I know that I've got plenty of time to deal with any risks. Keeping a nice gap here. The risk with keeping a good gap though is the fact that somebody might just cut in front of you. So we're always being prepared for stuff like this happening. We're always thinking, what if? Lots of learners worry about this. Obviously we're in a bus stop right now, but we're not parking in the bus stop, we're just queuing in the bus stop. So a bus stop is not like a bus lane, so you can queue in a bus stop. Obviously if traffic's queuing ahead, obviously you wouldn't park in a bus stop. So I'm going to keep in the middle lane here. The same middle lane is the middle of what's going to be now. As the far right lane turns right, and I'm making sure I can fit through this junction. And now I definitely can. Okay, so expect things like that happening as well. Lights are still green, been green a while, there we go. And you'll notice that whenever I approach traffic lights, I'm not really in any panic because I've been looking at them for a long time on approach. By looking at them for a good time on approach, I know that there's a good chance they will change on me if they've been green a long time. There we go, they didn't stay red very long. So I'm expecting these cars here just to pull out. So I know what's going on behind me. Red light, so smooth braking on approach. Lots of time for stopping here, I'm in no rush. Keep nice clearance behind this car, tyres on tarmac. So we go looking for anything on my left mirror, anything in the right mirror, and I'm just keeping a good scan going. So burning my speed nicely with other traffic. Truck on the left here might pull out on me, always cautious of those things. Traffic lights, what if somebody's pressed the button at the pedestrian crossing? Good, looking well ahead. Green lorry in front, might not be going particularly fast because he's a heavy goods vehicle. I get the right lane here, so I've checked centre right mirror, no one's around me, right signal goes on. As I'm changing lanes, I'm watching those lights, they could change on me. Queuing traffic ahead, more queues in the left lane over the right lane. Still expecting a queue to form in the right lane there at some point, and there we go. See cars braking now in my lane, so I'm going to brake with them. I want to brake last minute, I want to keep it really smooth. See, by braking gently as well and in good time, I'll reduce the risk of anybody rear-ending me. Going to flow with the traffic, so expecting those lights to change again, just gone green. Being cautious, there's nobody behind me though, and I know where I want to be here. I want to be in the middle lane because I'm going to turn right at the next set of traffic lights. So it's gentle braking so I can stop nicely behind this blue car. So I'm keeping it really smooth. So obviously stationary traffic again. The car that's just turned right behind me is actually blocking all the lanes. There's not really space for it behind me. I'm kind of the last car that can be in this lane. So she could cause issues for anybody wanting to get in the left lane here. Let's see what happens. Let's wait for the sound of horns. So again, checking mirrors, nice and clear around me, building my speed. Lights have just gone green, could change. Lots of pedestrians waiting to cross there. Looking into my new road here as well. Always want to make sure your new roads are clear before you proceed into them, because you might just block the junction, which will be quite embarrassing. Got an obstacle here, so I'm just going to signal here to move around. I've already checked my mirrors, so I'm going to straddle the lanes here, and I'm going to move back over. Not a great place to park naturally, but I reacted quick there, saw it nice and early, checked mirrors, wanted to tell the car behind me what I was doing, because the risk was the car behind me that was in my lane, it may have just suddenly decided, well, do you know what, I'm just going to overtake the learner who wants to move around the obstacle. Obviously, the fact I've got an L plate on the roof is probably irrespective, really, nothing to do with it. But the fact is that the risk is there that we could want to move out, and the car behind us just thinks, you know what, I'm not going to wait for it. So I was expecting that to happen. So because I checked it was nice and clear, and I knew there's no one in the right lane, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to signal to tell the car behind me what I'm doing, so that they don't suddenly accelerate hard and get around me. By that, I'm helping manage risk. They know what my intentions are, and it wasn't a signal that could mislead. So again, can't see around the bend, so don't want to go too quick, because there could be a queue of traffic waiting for me. It's nice and clear, so that's nice. So again, smooth braking, keeping tyres on tarmac, and back into the normal scans of checking the left and right mirror. Good, so I want to make sure I can fit into the new road. It's nice and clear, so I know I can. Good, just going to watch what this guy does here. He might be about to reverse. Good, give him plenty of time to get off the road. Good pedestrians around me, so it's nice and clear now. So I can proceed. Again, could be a queue of traffic around this bend. There is. So I'm always expecting these things to happen. So I expected this queue of traffic here. I didn't build my speed too much. By not building my speed too much allowed me more time to react. It means I can manage my braking better. Lights could change, people waiting to cross. I'm committed now if they do. People aren't crossing, so that's good. Always expect those to step out. Bin lorry here, so I can see the feet under the lorry there before the guy stepped out around the truck. So just think, where there's a van, there's a man. So I'm thinking there could be a geezer about to walk out. Good, he looks like he's creeping out. Might he pull into my lane? Who knows? I'm going to give him some clearance though, because I'm expecting that he could do that. Going quite slow, swinging out as well, which I'm not too keen on. I'm just watching that, but I'm keeping my braking smooth. I'm not suddenly reacting to anything. I'm going to get in the left lane, checking mirrors. No point signalling, don't need to, because I'm not going over any white lines, so it's not really a lane change. I want to go left here to join the one-way system, so see mirror signal manoeuvre as normal. And it's quite a tight turn this, so I want to keep my speed relatively low, around 10 to 12 miles an hour. Keeping tight, following that curve all the way around, looking into the traffic lights of the new road. They're green, no one's crossing. Queuing traffic ahead though, so no point speeding up. And I'm going to take the next road on the right. It's just past these traffic lights, so I'm going to signal. These lights could change. Good, I've got through. I've got a moped behind me, a car trying to get me inside. Watching what they're doing too whilst turning into the new road. And obviously centre mirror as usual. I'm just driving up here nice and steadily. Again, can't see around the bend or up the hill, so it could be a surprise waiting for me. And I'm just going to keep driving to the top of the hill. Engine will rev lower on a hill because it needs more acceleration to help get me up the hill. So an unmarked junction here, so I'm going really slow. Bit of a crossroads if you count the car park entrance, and that's where I'm headed. So I'm going to peep and creep here. I can't see very well to the right though. Good, now that I know it's clear, I'm going to proceed. I'm never going to guess it's clear. I want to know it's clear before I proceed. And the car park, I'm going to find a bay. I've got some bays on the left here. I want to park next to this white car here. So I'm going to use the 3 line rule, so I'm going to count 1, 2,